Why does My Happy Marriage work so well? It's because this anime is so satisfying to watch. Let's be honest here. My Happy Marriage has one of the most basic plots. To put it simply, it's a Cinderella story. So, despite its plain story, My Happy Marriage is regarded as one of the best anime airing this season, and for good reasons. My Happy Marriage took advantage of its simple Cinderella-inspired story to steer the emotions of the viewers. It's human nature to react to things that we see, and contents that generate any kind of emotional reaction will no doubt gather interest. Just look at these hundreds of videos trying to bait you into engaging because it made you feel angry or thirsty.
For example, here are two anime airing this season. In My Happy Marriage, the Saimori are a terrible family that abuse their own daughter for being a disappointment. A social commentary on the strict parenting here in Asia. In the other corner, we have My Tiny Senpai, an anime about a lolly office worker with an enormous bajonka-jonkers. Guess which one stoked the most Twitter outrage? Go on, take a wild freaking guess. What My Happy Marriage does so well is that it doesn't bait your emotions, but rather it uses its simple storytelling to properly connect us viewers with Miyo's bottled-up emotions. Now, it's not new for a show to try and play with the emotions of the people watching it. In fact, that has been the main objective of a lot of shows, aside from making money, to make sure that their creation leaves a lasting effect on the audience. And the best way to do it is by making sure that there is an emotional impact. Shows like Clannad After Story making us cry like little babies, Steins Gate giving us traumatizing anxiety and shame after watching Read of Healer. These shows left their marks on the viewers, and these types of anime receive their deserved commendations as they have created impactful stories by effectively influencing the emotions of the viewers.
My Happy Marriage is similar. It managed to have an emotional weight in its story. Miyo, as a character, can be attributed as the gloomy character trope, but the story managed to make her feel relatable by properly connecting the audience to the childhood trauma that she suffered. Knowing and understanding is miles different. Knowing is when we are made aware that Miyo is a sad archetype who got abused like Cinderella. Understanding is when we sympathize with her childhood trauma, and when we further learn about Miyo's situation, the more the plot connects us with Miyo on an emotional level.
The story made us feel disgusted towards the Saimori family as it unravels their role in Miyo's abuse. Miyo was treated worse than the workers, Miyo was utterly neglected, and Miyo was starved to death, and her only meals were mostly leftovers.
Everything that Miyo held dear was taken away from her. Miyo's birthright as daughter to the Saimori family was taken by her sister Kaya. Miyo's only heirloom from her mother was destroyed by her stepmother. Miyo's protector, Hana, was fired for being the only person on her side. Not to mention, her biological father wins the award for the worst father in anime of all time. His reason for neglecting Miyo is inexcusable. Just because he was disappointed at Miyo for not inheriting any supernatural abilities does not justify leaving your child to fend for herself.
And I appreciate how the anime effectively portrays her trauma by manifesting it to her character traits, a simple method that the anime used in order to easily connect with the audience. Miyo being soft-spoken is a result of her being treated worse than a servant from her own household. She became subservient to everyone around her to an extreme point that she no longer held her own opinion. Miyo being jittery is a result of her childhood trauma, since she lived her days in constant fear of getting bullied by her stepmother and sister. Miyo was raised to feel worthless. She was neglected by her own father, she was persistently belittled by her stepmother, and she was made to feel useless for having no abilities unlike her sister.
Miyo's traits and her abusive past affected us on an emotional level. We feel disgusted towards the Saimori family. We feel sympathy towards Miyo. We feel the desire for her to have that happy ending. The story made sure to realign our expectations towards the same goal. Instead of being curious if Miyo will indeed have a happy marriage, it made us want for Miyo to have that happy ending. It may be a predictable story, but it's the type of predictability that you certainly want to happen.
Now, another reason why My Happy Marriage is so satisfying to watch is its use of emotional storytelling to provide us catharsis. A show that makes you feel emotional is good, but a show that can make you release all of those repressed emotions is a masterpiece. And once again, My Happy Marriage used its simple story of Kudou and Miyo as a catharsis.
Kudou Kiyoka is being ranked as the best husbando this season, and he deserves it. Kudou can be easily described as a kudere, the anime trope for characters who don't express their feelings. Kudou is cold and stoic, and a lot of anime fans seem to really get their hands sweating for these types of characters. But again, the story made Kudou more than just a husbando stereotype. Kudou was the catharsis for the story, once again fulfilling the main title theme of the anime, My Happy Marriage. And this is where the anime shines at turning Miyo's dark past into a wholesome, romantic story.
Kudou served as the audience's collective repressed emotions on Miyo's abuse and the desire to make things better. Kudou is a stark contrast to the Saimori family that caused nothing but trauma on Miyo's part.
In episode 2, we see how Miyo still has her guard up, still feeling subservient to Kudou, her supposed husband-to-be, and treating him like a master instead of a potential romantic partner. Miyo still expresses the subservient attitude that she was raised from, often apologizing to Kudou for everything and showing signs of anxiety. Again, Miyo felt like this because she was made to feel worthless. Her father's neglect instilled in her that she is useless since she has no supernatural ability. She was made to feel inferior because of her gifted sister. But that breakfast scene, it was a literal... Kudou showed appreciation towards Miyo's effort. And Miyo's reaction here was so freaking wholesome. I was screaming for Kudou to give her a hug. It was the first time that Miyo was given appreciation. It was the first time Miyo felt she had value as a person. For the first time in her life, Miyo felt alive.
Another fantastic catharsis moment was in episode 4. When Kaya accidentally saw Miyo at the department store, Kaya did not hesitate in making Miyo remember all of her past trauma. I swear, this girl gets uglier every time she opens her mouth. In the same episode, we had Kudou writing a letter in an effort to reconnect Miyo with Hana, a person whom Miyo shared good memories with in her childhood, ascertaining that in Miyo's past, there was a person who supported her. Kudou reminded her that there are good moments in her muddied childhood, and brought the opportunity to settle her concern about Hana's state.
And of course, we cannot forget how much of a cathartic moment episode 6 is. Kudou barging in the Saimori household to save Miyo, the Saimori mansion getting burned, losing everything they built, and Kaya getting the most deserved punishment to work as a servant. Finally, the disgusting Saimori family got their just dessert.
My Happy Marriage is so satisfying to watch. It presented all of these emotional moments in Miyo's life while also providing the moments where we can blow all of that steam. It may have used a basic Cinderella story, but people often forget that fundamental storytelling is much better than an overly convoluted plot that never results in any progress.
But I'm curious about what you guys think. Are you guys satisfied watching My Happy Marriage? Here's a weird question. Would you still date Kaya?
Yeah, no, I find her disgusting.
If you like Kudou and Miyo, then make sure to like this video.
It's no wonder why My Happy Marriage is getting all of these praises. And you should really watch it. It's streaming on Netflix and the novel is available on Yen Press. Another romantic story that I really enjoyed aside from My Happy Marriage is The Dangers in My Heart. If you want to feel those heart-racing moments, then make sure to watch this video.
Subscribe to Otaku Defined for more anime content, so make sure to slap that button with the same amount of force when you're thinking of slapping Kaya. This is Leah.
And this is Math. Stay awesome, my dudes.